Great to have you along. UB Stadium in Buffalo, home to the Buffalo Bulls. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. And the Bulls will kick it away to start. On the move from inside his 5. He'll step out of bounds at the 16 and leave his offense with a long field in front. So Wake Forest's offense will have the football first. Last week was a tape they'd rather just put right in the dumpster and forget about it. David, how does a guy bounce back from a game like the one he had last week?
Well, hopefully he burned that tape, because that was not pretty. That was not what they're wanting to do, man. Just turning the football over, not enough productive plays. And so how do you bounce back? How do you get started in this football game? Jesse, make it easy. Get him in a rhythm. Don't make it.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Coming into the game, the defense talked about, man, they really wanted to get to this quarterback. Well, it didn't take long. 2 plays in, they get to him, and they get the sack.
Trying the left side. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Demon Deacons will line up to punt it away. 3 and out. They got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. So the Buffalo Bulls offense will go to work for the first time today. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out.
Breaks into the open. Knocked down at the 29-yard line. Picked up 15 yards on the play, and he's got a first down. Looking to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. Gets it out quickly. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throwing catch. The Bulls come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
He got a hand on it, deflected it, but probably just got a bruise off that missile and gave up the completion.
Yeah, not used to handling the revolutions on that football. QB zipped.
It's picked off, and that's number 10. Taking it the other way. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Fights off the defender. Guys, let's step back for a moment and talk a little Wake Forest. They were really excited about the verbal commitment from a 3-star quarterback. They really need to get good talent like that, guys who can develop and potentially become stars.
Well, this is a program that's not used to having this talented of a quarterback coming out of high school. Oftentimes, this program has had to develop guys so that they're ready by their junior or senior year to have success. This guy changes that dynamic a little bit, though, and because of it, you can see fans are so excited about the future.
He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. And the Demon Deacons send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. The Buffalo offense headed back to the field. And boy, they missed an opportunity last time throwing that pick in the red zone, David.
Yeah, and you got to put that frustration behind you. You can't turn it over. That's a cardinal sin. No better than that, Jesse. You can't take points off the board, but you got to move on.
You do. I think he just got way too overeager down in the red zone that last drive. So just
turning it on. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They'll give it to him again. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And that is a great job by the defense, containing and constricting the pocket. There was nowhere for the QB to go, and he did not have a lot of time. He went down quick.
Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback. And the Bulls will call on their punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Intercepted. Looking for more room. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
That's how you got to give the defense credit, though, because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players. Certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down.
Great job by the defense here rallying to this wide receiver and making the tackle. He is dangerous. They don't want to let this receiver get behind them, but they know that when he makes catches, they better rally quickly and get this guy on the ground. He is fast.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And that's his second big play for this defense. Man, he does such a great job locking into the quarterback, breaking on the football. 2 interceptions already in the first quarter.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
You spread me out, I'm going to speed you up. Nice job. They go empty. Nobody in the backfield to help the quarterback block. The linebacker comes right up the gut, gets to the quarterback, gets him on the ground.
Gets it to him on the screen. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Got his man to the left. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold it. Defense.
So the offense will decline that penalty after the big play. A little too aggressive with the hands there. Got him for the hold. It's 1st and 10. Power football with the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Demon Deacons want to pick up the tempo.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. Third down, and they need 15 after 2 negative plays. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Takes a hit as he fires. Got his man. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Going to the ground. There he goes. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. And the Demon Deacons in a good spot here with 2nd and short.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again, back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. The Demon Deacons are facing 3rd and inches. Fires to the big fella. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. Little touch pass to the receiver. Runs through the tackle. And he was just showing off all of the slick moves before the defense finally got him on the ground. Off the play fake. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. And the Demon Deacons will try to pin them back with the punt. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. The Bulls backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on 1st down. Hand off from the shotgun. Strong run and useful. Picks up 4 out to the 9.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on 1st down. Gonna let it fly. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. To the air on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. The Demon Deacons are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wake Forest. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Buffalo has it back. Let's see what the Bulls offense can do. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. A quick pass to the left. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. So now it's 2nd and long. From the gun, the running back has it. Can't get him to the ground. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw on first down. Didn't put much on that one, and it's incomplete.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He is not...
He lobs one high down the left side. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Trying play action. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. And the Bulls will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Didn't exactly flip the field, but they'll down it just outside the 40. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. And the Demon Deacons want to crank the tempo. Wants to go up top. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. The Demon Deacons decide to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Right on the money. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Wow, they've been waiting for that play, right? They haven't been throwing it a lot. They've been real sluggish. They've got no points on the scoreboard, and now they come up with an explosive play in the passing game to get them in a position to score some points here, hopefully a touchdown, before this first half closes out.
The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quick touch pass to the receiver. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Looking downfield on first down. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time. It's 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Firing to the right, complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. The Bulls are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. He's got his man. Forced out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 34. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's got it. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Back to pass on 2nd down. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds.
And these running backs are used to being split out in high school as a wide receiver, playing 7-on-7 as middle school and high school. You could tell how comfortable he was being a wide receiver near the sidelines. Didn't get nervous at all.
Trying to make magic with his feet. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. And this one is perfect. That'll bring him to within 4. That late-in-the-half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. They make the stop on the return, and that is priority 1. You don't want some big return to give up a cheap touchdown on the final play of the half.
7, Buffalo, 3.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Buffalo offense headed back to the field. Tight game as we start the 3rd quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the 2nd half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. And they can't make the connection.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game. And someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately, you've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you could spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Goff. And the Demon Deacons will hustle to the line. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And this guy's showing off his hands again, understanding where the football's going. He breaks on the football so guess what? He makes plays when he breaks on it. That's 2 interceptions here through 3 quarters of a football game.
He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll put it in play from the 41 on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Complete to the right. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down. And the Bulls come to the line with a fresh set of downs. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down. 14-yard line. The Demon Deacons trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Gonna sling it on second down. Sets up the screen. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, they're trying to set up the screen pass to the running back. Just nowhere to go after he caught the football. The defense completely swarmed around him, and that's a loss.
On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Got his man all by himself. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down. A lot of urgency for this offense.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Brings up second down.
They just keep firing. Looking to the big tight end. Makes the grab. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They'll run the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the play is over. That one there, nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys. You start trying to run backward. This ain't high school anymore. I mean, you used to be able to make that play years ago. You're not doing it here in big-time college football. Not good.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working, ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them. Buffalo has it back. Let's see what the Bulls offense can do. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The offense has it first and 10 from their own 20. He's got it. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
And he fires a dirt ball. Man, oh man, would he like to have that pass back. The Bulls come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Got him downfield. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure it to first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
He's moving out of the pocket. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down. These guys have staggered around a little bit in this one. It would be a really good time to get things going if they want to hold off the upset bid.
But they're the favorite for a reason, Reese, and they've got the playmakers on the field. They're only one play away from completely changing the momentum in this game. So the underdog, David, they've got to keep playing at a high level.
And they're the underdogs for a reason. So they've got to have some things go their way. They got to catch some breaks. And all they want to do, continue to fight, continue to hang around as long as possible and stay within a play or stay within some kind of big game-changing momentum play.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll give it to the back. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gather maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
We've reached the end of the quarter, and Wake Forest has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Touchdown, Buffalo! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
And this is a running back, guys, that gets better as the game goes on. Here we are late in this one, and he's still breaking off big runs, impressive, making people miss, showing you the speed. And that touchdown gives his team the lead.
Wake Forest 7.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Working that left side now. Oh, he's got some space. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Wants to go up top on first down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. And the Demon Deacons with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this.
Fires one high and deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. The Demon Deacons line up to punt it away. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The Buffalo offense headed back to the field. He leaves it with his back. At midfield, he's got room. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Solid run on the last play gives this offense another first down. Punts it out of the air. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw on first down. Right down the middle. It's gone.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it 2 straight.
Touchdown, Buffalo! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David.
Breaks into the open. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Demon Deacons headed quickly to the line.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield. And he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll run it from the gun. A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4. The Demon Deacons are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. Grabs it in the middle. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. And the Demon Deacons look to keep this drive humming.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions, got to continue to get these first downs, move quick, don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
The Demon Deacons can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Ivory. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. And the Demon Deacons come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Deep shot for the end zone. And that one was way too far for anybody to catch, except ticket holders. And that one's going to be incomplete. He was throwing for the touchdown, but just couldn't get the foot down in bounds. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
The bad news is it's incomplete, but the good news was the quarterback, I think, made the right decision that time, actually throwing it away. He's been burned a couple times early in this one with some picks. And
the quarterback is toast back at the 35. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He lofts one down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And that decision will be questioned for a while. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Makes the grab. It's Abraham. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. The give, and tick, 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 tick. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown Bulls. They won it all, and that is exactly what they got. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Quick shovel pass. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Demon Deacons in the hurry up.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on fourth down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field and catches the defense off guard.
The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Finds his man. It's Moore.
And that's exactly what this defense needs to do. The clock is your friend. Try to keep them in bounds. No big plays, and let that clock just tick.
They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like, they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number one for every offense. Like, if we're going to throw, we got to protect him. And just right there, he gets hit again. He's been sacked several times. Like, this offensive line's got to do a better job.
Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. Wants to throw on first down. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
At this point in the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
He caught it. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Looking for the score. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. This drive will start at the 6-yard line. Motion from the wideout. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. After a good pickup on the run, it's 2nd down. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Here on 3rd down for this offense. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. Lining up to convert 3rd down. The offense changing the play. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He hurls one deep down the left side. Hauls in the deep ball. Finds a seam. And that's how you finish it off. Scoring on the final play of the game. Doesn't affect the outcome. Just a little cherry on top of the sundae. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals. It usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a bowl is always sweet, and this team's eligible now.
I know the coaches are really happy about this, the AD and the fans, because they know what it means for the program, right? You're going to get those 15 extra